I have Ankita Singh with me, who's going to read Cancer Woman. She was quite hesitant to do this. She's quite nervous about it. And I'm so happy and glad that you have overcome your fears and you've done this with us. Thank you, Ankita.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You know, you and I have been discussing this, that I've used the word hypersensitive probably less than 1,000,000 times in Cancer Woman. And you keep saying that you're not hypersensitive. What is all that
Not at
about?
all hypersensitive. Okay, I could be sensitive at times, but not hypersensitive. It's not like you'll make some comment and I would react in a way that.
But that puts me at ease, because then, you know, you can really be comfortable talking to people like that. When people are hypersensitive, you got to watch and weigh each and every word.
Yeah,
So that's a good
I
thing.
usually take things normally in a fun sort
You're
of way.
practical and fun, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's a welcome Cancerian woman to know. Not that all Cancerian women are hypersensitive. There are exceptions to all the rules. Is there anything else specific that you may have liked from the book, you may remember, that was perhaps a highlight for you, that, wow, this is where he got me? You don't have to refer to the book.
The adventurous part.
Okay.
Yeah, I could be quite adventurous. I love all sorts of trekking and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So.
And what about impulsive? I remember asking you
I'm
this
not
question
impulsive.
earlier. Are you not impulsive at all? You're not
I take
crazy
my
impulsive.
time to. No, I take my time to think over things and then make decisions, and yeah.
Oh, okay. And which of the 5 C's are you? Of 5
them.
C's? You're crazy?
All of them.
You're calculative?
Yeah, very much.
Oh, how nice.
I'm confused all the time.
About what mostly?
About everything. I don't know what I want for dinner or
Okay. That's a
things
standard.
like that.
Most of those, everybody goes through something like that. But generally, you know, about life, about what you're doing.
That was just a normal example. About everything, yeah.
Okay.
I'm quite confused. But
But I remember you discussing this with me once, that you're not even happy with what you're doing currently as a work
Yeah.
job and stuff like that. So that's a confusion also.
of course.
Thank you so much, Ankita, for being with us, spending time, taking time out, and being patient with us here.
Thank you for being patient with me.
Cheers.
Cancer, 22nd June to 23rd July. Cancer woman. I would like to introduce the Cancerian woman with 5 C's. Crazy, creative, calculative, compassionate, and confused. The Cancer woman displays sudden mood swings. She can be happy as a lark 1 minute and down in deep dumps the next. But mind you, each mood would be as genuine as the next. Governed largely by her impulsive, crazy, or in an extreme case, depressive thoughts. The Cancer girl nevertheless has a soulful laughter and a good sense of humor. But her sensitivity is the hallmark of her personality. There is a crab-like trait in her too. Innately shy and reserved, a Cancer woman would rarely make the first move. In love, business, or any walk of life. If at all she has to move, it would be sideways, just as a crab does, and never straight ahead. She needs an understanding partner to draw her out and help her emote well. Even the most career-oriented Cancer woman has her heart at home. A complete home person, cooking and keeping her house in order constitute her favorite activities. She likes to pamper her loved ones, thanks to her warm and affectionate nature. You can trust her to bundle you off to bed with a mug of hot chocolate on a cold winter night. Extremely careful with her money, the Cancer girl likes nothing more than a fat bank balance and a protective man in her life. She has a thing for security, be it emotional or financial, that almost borders on obsession with her. How can you identify a Cancer woman in a crowd? This may sound funny, but I have observed a good number of Cancer women have an almond-shaped face and small, deep-set eyes. Most Cancerian women are friendly and in a crowd likely to be the most popular person on the scene. Most Cancerian women I have met or observed are extremely particular about their dressing. Coordinating their clothes with accessories like handbags, belts, and shoes is a must for Cancer women. What are the key features of her personality? There are two types of Cancer women, 30% aggressive and 70% passive. The aggressive kind is extremely competitive and loud. She always wants to be on top of everything and can be overly demanding and ambitious. Completely unpredictable by nature, some are found pursuing careers in television or film industry. These women can be very blunt and forthright, and their sharp tongues can often end up hurting people's feelings, although none of them would intentionally want to hurt others. Also, these Cancerians are usually achievers and will relentlessly pursue what they set their mind on. They are not shy to use their femininity to their advantage as and when the situation demands. The passive kind of Cancer women too are unpredictable and very moody. But what sets them apart is that they are essentially romantic at heart and could go to any end to get what they want in the romance zone. The passive Cancerian is very emotional, sentimental, and hypersensitive. Being with her can be a tightrope walk. Amongst all the 12 signs, it is easiest to read the face of a Cancer woman. She has a very expressive face though. You will usually find her unsuccessfully trying to hide her emotions behind a mask of indifference. A Cancer woman likes to display a strong facade, but since she is governed by her emotions, what is seen on the outside is usually different from what's happening inside her. A lot of things are going on in her head at any given point of time. So either she ends up finishing her job and a little bit more, or ends up doing nothing. This typically arises from a desire to do more and get more. To a great extent she is practical, but her high emotional sense and hypersensitivity often become a hurdle for her. On a day-to-day basis, when a Cancerian is confronted with situations that affect her sensitivity, she would turn into an emotional live wire, and this usually gets her into trouble, but on the bright side also gets her what she wants. One unique observation I have made over the years is that no matter how good your friendship with her is, she does this unique disappearing act when she would vanish for days, weeks, or months to later reappear as though nothing happened or that she was always around. And when she reappears, she wants to catch up and meet with you on such an urgent basis that you will be forced to think that she has something really important to share. How is she on the following aspects? Appearance. Women of this zodiac sign usually have an oval, almond-shaped face with a pleasant smile adorning it. They are fond of keeping themselves well groomed and are usually obsessed with their appearance. You will find them splurging on clothes, shoes, and other accessories to get that perfect look. Ambition. Most Cancerian women are ambitious. They yearn to be independent but are not shy to be dependent either. They are comfortable being a homemaker when given the right kind of respect and control at home. In short, they like being in charge of everything. Ego, self-respect. Quick to react to people and situations, the Cancer woman scores high on ego and self-respect. Though she won't pick a fight with anyone unless pushed, once riled up, her ego won't allow her to give in easily either. Her typical Cancerian trait of opining, thanks to her practical bent of mind, doesn't always go down well with people around her. Yet, she would defend her stand tooth and nail, taking it as an attack on her ego and self-respect. Although most Cancer women will not accept it, they do have a big ego. A Cancer woman is unable to take any form of criticism and would take shelter under being hypersensitive. She rarely will accept she is wrong, even though she knows she is. Since she is vulnerable to criticism and it can blow her lid off, it's better to avoid it. Responsibility. As young girls, Cancer females can be quite stubborn. In circumstances where her relationship with her parents turns out to be unpleasant, a Cancer woman could be quite a rebel too. Other than that, she can be a very responsible woman, provided she is given her space. When in love, a Cancer woman can be extremely submissive, and as a relationship grows, she'll take up a lot of responsibilities too. But if things were to change, she could react differently. Towards her children, her behavior is friendly. She could be a great mother and a great friend at the same time. One unique observation though, her children will mature with age, only to have their space taken up by their mum, who will continue behaving in a childlike manner and throw her occasional tantrums. Etiquettes. There are a very few exceptions in this case, and generally a Cancer woman scores 9 on 10 on etiquettes, as she is a stickler for mannerisms and code of conduct. What is her approach towards life? Her approach to life is a delicate balance between being unrealistic and being practical. She is a dreamer and an idealistic person at the same time. Her emotional and sensitive nature often overrules her pragmatism. If things go her way, she will prefer to be a leader. How does a Cancer woman score on the following aspects? Cynicism. A Cancer woman can get very cynical, but only to an extent, and this will last till she gets what she wants. If she sets out to achieve something, she will go for it with icy cold cynicism. And if betrayed in love or insecure in a relationship, a Cancer woman can turn into a cynic easily. Suspicion, jealousy. A Cancer woman is quite suspicious by nature. She may not show it, but she is always on her guard. Since she is extremely possessive, she can be quite jealous as well. Dishonesty or infidelity. It won't be fair for me to say this, and it does not hold true for all Cancerian women, but I have realized that the Cancer woman can lie very easily. As much as they are sincere and dependable, they can be dishonest and even promiscuous, sometimes for a reason and sometimes just for the heck of it. But if thrown in a situation, I have also known Cancerian women who are clear-headed enough to sit and talk it over with their partner and move on with life. To a Cancer woman, trust is very important in a relationship. Being extremely possessive, she finds it difficult to accept infidelity from a partner. On her part, once she is assured of true love, she will be completely devoted and submissive towards her partner. Therefore, her feelings should not be trifled with. Hypersensitive by nature, a Cancer woman's reactions when emotionally hurt can stir up a storm in a teacup. She is extremely vengeful and not likely to forget wrongs done to her. She will not rest until she makes you pay for them. Her revenge can be seen in form of sulking, heated arguments, and escalated credit card bills. Hardships. This woman is not shy of hard work. The competitive spirit in her keeps her going. But when faced with extreme hardship, a Cancer woman is also likely to have nervous breakdowns. Success and failure. With Cancer women, success is displayed in different ways, depending upon their temperament. The aggressive women will be loud and showy about their success, while the passive will be more contained and graceful in their celebrations. I think most women don't take failure very well, and a Cancer woman is no exception. I say this not to demean women, but to justify the disappointment they feel when they fail, because I believe their sincerity quotient is higher than that of men. Host. Being detailed as hosts, Cancer women will put in their best effort when organizing a party or event. One step into the ambience they have created, and you would know the party is happening too, and the invitation came straight from her heart. Guest. As a guest, a Cancer woman can be anything between easygoing and friendly to being picky, observant, and critical. Overall, she would maintain grace and her conduct towards others would be as warm as her personality. How does she handle difficult situations? Situations like a quarrel are not pleasant with a Cancer woman, as her agenda is to win every round, every battle, and finally the war itself. She can scream, shout, hit out, and throw stuff about to get her message across. Being stubborn, once she has taken a stand on something, she sticks to it. On very rare occasions would she give in or give up. Mostly she will go on and on about it in her head, but it is all very subjective and depends on the gravity of the situation. What is her characteristic weakness? I would call a Cancer woman an extremist by nature. In both love or hate, she will go overboard with her emotions. But no matter which way her emotions swing, her stance is absolutely genuine. There is nothing fake about her. This extremity in emotions stems from her hypersensitive bent of mind and disability to rein over her overflowing feelings. She is also prone to tears. But I have seen Cancer women overcome these shortcomings with maturity and sometimes with help of spirituality. But till the time a Cancer woman learns to handle her hypersensitive nature, it is quite a task to deal with her. In spite of her brilliant wit, she often turns gloomy and introspective. Such moments leave her displeased and sometimes disappointed with herself. A Cancer woman also takes everything personally. This makes her an easy victim to self-pity. Her other major weakness is the tendency to become a self-styled, appointed leader. Add to that her non-stop talks and endless speeches. She has the ability to go on and on about herself, her life, her miseries, and more. Usually this is a one-way interaction where she is the only one who gets to talk and you get to nod or get a few lines in. Is there more to this sensitive lady's persona? The more in her personality is actually the less. What I mean is that she has less of the unsightly traits that are prominent in women of other signs. For instance, she isn't bossy or outspoken or fickle-minded or proud. She's your simple girl next door who has a thing for sentiments. A Cancer woman can be very practical and is usually very graceful in getting her demands fulfilled. She can be patient yet watchful if it is something that she desires or fancies and will make sure she gets it. In order to achieve what she wants, she can be quite manipulative and devious, especially if a personal plan is at stake. She is not one to hesitate in using other people's weaknesses to her advantage. But in a situation of genuine delay, she might even let go of it. But sometimes, in spite of usually being sure about what she wants, a Cancer woman can be quite indecisive. Although she may do exactly what she decided to do, she looks for support or opinion. I would like to share an interesting anecdote about a Cancer woman, which led me to a funny conclusion. The childishness in her nature often puts her in a tight spot with people. Of course, let me clarify, this does not apply to all Cancer women. Here is my story. A 45-year-old Cancer woman was watching a rather melodramatic soap opera one day. Her newly married daughter, who had come to stay with her for a few days, commented on her choice of show. That was it. The Cancer woman flew into a rage and a tirade of angry words came gushing from her. The shell-shocked daughter stood amazed, wondering what got into her otherwise warm and friendly mother. But unmindful of her daughter's reaction, the lady went on and on about meaningless things, hurting her daughter deeply. When the daughter narrated this incident to me, I got a chance to explain the core characteristics of her mother to her. A Cancer woman likes to mark out her territory, and any intrusion is not taken kindly. In this case, it was the television soap, and she can turn from a crab to a tigress for the silliest of reasons. From time to time, she can be quite introspective. Whenever she feels disappointed with the world, she submerges herself again into her bottomless thoughts and spends hours contemplating. As much as I may have made her sound intense, serious, and an emotional fool, almost every Cancer woman I have met has a great sense of humor. Her philosophy in life is to have fun and be happy. She has the unique ability to blend in as a friend with both men and women. Although ultra-feminine, she can make the boys feel she is one of them. Being extremely adventurous, a romantic at heart, and a woman full of desires, she can be quite a rebel. In order to fulfill her desire to have fun, she is capable of doing things that are usually not acceptable in the world, without giving a damn about them. She is extremely creative and has a great imagination, and usually lives in her own fantasy world. At the same time, she is firmly grounded in matters concerning her family and work. Much like a Capricorn woman, she is very protective of the people she loves. How should one deal effectively with a Cancer woman? A Cancer woman is one person I have observed who behaves childishly throughout her life, and especially when it comes to her stubbornness. In standing contrast to this is her extremely sensuous nature. She is quite capable of making the first move if she meets an intelligent and powerful man. To cope with such extremes, her man needs to be romantic, practical, and easygoing. But that doesn't mean she'll settle for anyone. She also needs a man who is mentally strong and can dominate her. A Cancer woman is usually very sharp, smart, and has an eye for detail. In order to deal with her, you actually have to let her see your real self. Once she knows who you really are, you will find her easygoing to be with. She finds it easier to be around people who speak their mind and are comfortable in their skin, just as she is. One last tip. Flattery will help you score a home run with a Cancer woman. How does she handle money matters? Money is important to her, but it is not the sole objective of living. Ruled by emotions and given her compassionate nature, she can be very generous and at times gets shortchanged in money matters by family and friends. Otherwise, she is quite careful with her money. She likes to maintain a balance between extravagance and stinginess. And as mentioned earlier, given her sentimental nature, she likes to save everything that can be reused: gifts, greeting cards, or old clothes. Money holds another meaning for her as well. It denotes security. In spite of being fond of decorating her home, a Cancer woman would much rather have a healthy bank balance than expensive home decor products. How is she on the professional front? Cancerian women come across as pleasant co-workers thanks to their easygoing nature. Not ones to get angry easily, they maintain an icy cool composure on the work front. Though reserved initially, the Cancer woman is quite a charmer once she gets to know people around her and can let her hair down. But don't let this friendly demeanor fool you. Step on her toes and you are dead meat. Treat her with dignity and you'll have a very supportive co-worker or boss. Question her integrity or thought process and you're in for big trouble. How is she in various relationship roles? As a daughter, the Cancer woman is usually attached to her parents, but this attachment diminishes as she matures, with her exhibiting a growing need to establish her independence. She bonds well with her siblings, and they often turn to her for her opinion and advice. As a wife, the Cancerian is utterly devoted to her husband and very often submissive. She believes in keeping her man well fed and spends a good deal of time in the kitchen, readying her hubby's favorite cuisine. A devoted mother, she is a friend to her children. The child in her helps her build a connection with them. She would offer them advice when solicited, though sometimes it would also be forced even when they wouldn't want it. She is extremely protective and possessive about her family. No matter which way things go in her life, she will stand by her family at all times. So, it is advisable not to mess around or crack jokes about her family or loved ones unless you are looking for trouble. Where the Cancer woman is concerned, friendship is for keeps. She is a loyal friend who would do anything in her power to help out a friend in need. As long as her ego isn't messed with, she would stay by her friend's side, supporting them in every way possible, emotionally, financially, offering advice, sharing knowledge, and being the perfect Agni aunt. How is she when alone? A Cancer woman, if left alone for long, can get insecure. I have found this in Cancer women at an advanced age too. Even after experience and maturity of years, they need the emotional bonding and support of a partner and of friends. And this can easily be attributed to her emotional state of mind. How is she when in love? Love can bring out the best in this woman. The amazing feel and pride of true love gets reflected on her face, and you would instantly know how deeply she cherishes it. Although as usual she will be reserved about her feelings, yet the frequent happy moods that she finds herself in would be instant giveaways. While in love, she would literally lay her heart out for her lover. Nothing about her is shallow or casual, and hence she would not only take her love affair very seriously, but also walk the extra mile to make it happening. A Cancer woman is quite romantic in the conventional sense of the term, and once you get used to her hypersensitivity, your love journey with her will be a pleasant one. She will shower you with gifts and praises, cook your favorite food, and take care of you very much like your mother. Her love is for keeps, and she will never give you a chance to get suspicious or jealous. Her actions, gestures, and words will all proclaim her love for you, and she would mean it too. But naturally, she would expect you to keep your part of the bargain too. Constant assurances of love may be required to get rid of a nagging insecurity. You will have to be careful, especially with your words, not to hurt her, else she will recoil in her shell and you will have a tough time getting her out of it. Be supportive of her and she would stand by you through thick and thin. What does she look for in her partner? Maybe it's too cliched, but a Cancerian woman looks for a friend in her partner. Someone who is adventurous and is up to doing the craziest things she wants. For example, mountain climbing or scuba diving. She looks for a warm and friendly yet dominating partner who she respects and looks up to. If she had her way, she would custom order a man for her. While dating her, you should be chivalrous. The Cancer girl is romantic, albeit in a very traditional sense. She would expect her date to be gentlemanly and courteous, if not the actual knight in shining armor. Like I had mentioned before, you should be careful with your words while dating her, as she takes offense easily. Given her rather high emotional quotient, it is advisable to plunge into a relationship with her only if you are thinking of a long-term bonding. A short fling or a passing affair is a term unknown to a true Cancerian, unless she herself is looking at it to get over an earlier breakup or just for the sake of fun. A few dates down, and you will have to either go ahead or back off completely. Take her to a restaurant with excellent food and beautiful ambience. Nothing will evoke the romantic more in her than good music, cuisine, and sweet nothings whispered into her ear. Draw her out of her shell and let her talk. Once she is in the comfort zone with you, she will fill your heart with warmth and the room with her tinkling laughter. She can talk eloquently when she chooses to, so give her space and time to open up, and you'll be spending your date with her most wonderful companion. A Cancer woman loves sophistication. While dating her, let all your gestures have touches of elegance. Don't just buy a gift and send it by courier. Gift wrap it in her favorite colors and hand it to her the next time you meet her. Trust me, this gesture won't be lost on her. Take her to beautiful places, especially those with a history. The Cancer girl will love it better for the air of nostalgia attached to it. To take the relationship to the next level, you will have to gain her confidence and trust. She would never be open or forthcoming about her feelings for you, and you may have to help her along. To win her heart, you will have to show how true, sincere, and affectionate your love for her is. The best way is to draw her close to you and hum the song, "I'll be there for you," softly in her ear, and mean it too. Don't, and I repeat, don't think of getting intimate if you are not serious about this relationship. After the level of intimacy has increased, the Cancerian would be too emotionally involved to back out. And then, if you decide against dating her, she might end up an emotional wreck. Compatibility quotient. Dealing with sensitivity and putting up with nagging, or coming back from work to a warm, glowing home and a dining table full of wonderful aroma. Which one's for you? I know everyone would jump at the latter, but dear reader, you will get both sides of the bargain when you date or marry a Cancerian girl. Find out who amongst the zodiac is best suited to the emotionally charged Cancerian. Cancer woman and Aries man. 6 on 10. This relationship can work well if both are able to keep certain personality traits under check. The Aries man will not like being constantly pampered or treated like a child, while the Cancer woman is not capable of standing the blunt and straightforward words of the Arian. Taurus man, 9 on 10. This combination can hit the bullseye. He has the ability to love and care for her, and most importantly give her the security she craves for. On the other hand, she is the perfect mate for him, as she can cook well and keep a good house for him. Things that are important to the Taurian as well. Gemini man, 9 on 10. The Gemini with his usual panache can do wonders to this relationship. He has the vivacity to attract and draw the reclusive Cancer out of her shell, while she has the feminine charm to impress his manly heart. The Cancerian, however, will have to keep her hypersensitivity under check. Cancer man, 8 on 10. The success of this relationship will largely depend on the emotional security that both the crabs have. If one of them is able to take stock of the emotional balance, this bonding can go a long way. Moreover, both will have to keep their mood swings under control. Leo man, 9 on 10. This relationship is a perfect blend of loyalty and love. Since the Cancerian will remain committed towards the Leo, he would be more than happy in her company. Moreover, she would let him be in charge and load him with motherly care and attention, something the Leo guy won't be able to resist. Virgo man, 9 on 10. Another relationship that can stand the test of time. Both are equally romantic as well as dependable and sincere. Although the Virgo lacks interest on the home front, the Cancerian has enough culinary talent to make him stay back with her at home. Libra man, 6 on 10. This combination can swing either way. If both show understanding of each other's basic needs, this relationship can work out better. The Libran will have to go slow on his intellectual trips, while the Cancerian will have to learn to be less emotionally dependent. Scorpio man, 8 on 10. She is romantic and he is passionate. He is masculine and she is feminine. And both are almost faithful and sincere. This relationship has the potential of going a long way. Sagittarius man, 4 on 10. The Sagittarian outspokenness may not go down too well with the Cancerian sensitivity. After the initial attraction, things might get a bit difficult as he will dislike being tied down and she will object to his flirtatious ways. Capricorn man, 7 on 10. A difficult yet not impossible combination. The Cancerian for once will have to make the first move and draw the Capricorn out of his reserve. The Capricorn on the other hand will have to adjust to the excessive emotional demands of the Cancerian. Aquarius man, 5 on 10. This is a case of opposites, and although opposites attract, they are not necessarily compatible. She would interpret his freedom as negligence, while he would think her emotional bonding as excessive neediness. It can be a clash between emotion and intellect. Pisces man, 9.5 on 10. This combination is near perfect. His imaginative mind is a true match to her feminine heart. He will shower her with love, affection, and care, and give her the support and security she needs. The Cancerian can make her world revolve around the Piscean, believe in his dreams, be supportive, and make him feel he is the only one. Famous Cancer women personalities: Karishma Kapoor, Pamela Anderson, Priyanka Chopra, Meryl Streep, late Princess Diana.